There have been accounts and stories of people attempting the following. As it is a traditional song that suffers from an anonymous author, people have generally assumed that it is more than a poem and instead is a list of instructions to direct someone on the journey to a realm called the Further. As by now you probably guessed, this possibly ancient rhyme was the inspiration for the film Insidious. I'm sure there has been debate as to what the Further is. I personally believe that it is the venturer's own personal hell, and it is curiosity and the fullness that leads to there. The author describes thick yellow smoke, hideous thoughts, and bodiless eyes. Believe what you will, and try what you want. Unfortunately, copies of the poem seem scarce on the internet, so I share my copy with you. Enjoy, adventurers. Into the further you go. To start your venture into the fray, first you settle at the end of the day. Pled to prepare you for what you may see. You thank him for placing the fruits on the tree. And as the taking takes you further below, into the further you go. You light your home with a single flame to guide you out and far from the claim, away from the smoke and what you may see, to flee back into safety. The light is the key, and as the taking takes you further below, into the further you go. Close your eyes and sharpen your mind for all the weariness you leave behind. Any links to love in the world must be shed, for what lies below longs to hide in your head. And as the taking takes you further below, into the further you go. Meditate for an hour and a second. Keep your mind here and refrain from reflection. Contemplate the further and what you may see. Let your mind open and your soul will be free. And as the taking takes you further below, into the further you go. As you steady in the state, explore and venture, but do not wait. For any company you decide to stem, go on without, and here you cannot see them. And as the taking takes you further below, into the further you go. Take the candle you lit before, and venture on the nearest door. Your sanctuary has gone and your home disappeared. Welcome to the further, and all that you feared. And as the taking takes you further below, into the further you go. Normality now is to see blinking red lights near and around you in the curling rise of yellow smoke and fog. You were sure definitely was not there before. And as the taking takes you further below, into the further you go. Your ears in the eternal night plays tricks, that the faucet overflows with the water of sticks. Reddish lights continue the gore, as the smoke leads you to the front of his door. And as the ticking takes you further below, deeper into the further you go. A warning to all adventurers, beware. The bodiless eyes bid a scarlet glare, to alert that you're here to their invisible peers behind this door. Their warnings he hears. And as the taking takes you further below, deeper into the further you go. If you grow scared, your journey may stop. The further comes alive, embark in a swamp. For their empty blackness, for your beating heart, go in through the door for the end to start. And as the taking takes you further below, deeper into the further you go. On the other side of the gated way, the flames of hell much further away. Hideous thoughts and smells abound, their faces span round and round, and as the digging takes you further below, deeper into the further you go. They stare at you for a single frame. Their mouths move quietly and other blame, and hide for you and all you've done. You feel to end, your mind will run. I counted 3 the time I went, and a tall mirror their faces bent. A curved around and painted frown that one could find on the face of a clown. These are the faces of the people you've lost, the ones you envisioned and the ones that cost your headache and long for months on end. Your thoughts of goodbye up to heaven you send. But no, here they are swirl in the mirror. Down in the further, life became dearer. And anything that you've sparked the idea to share at midnight somewhere but here. In front of the glass you lose your mind. Crouched in the dark, the door behind. Your ears slam shut regardless of luck. Inside the further, you're stuck.